All right, recording started. So let me share my screen. All right, today is February 27, 2020. This is the meeting of the Kubernetes Storage Special Interest Group. As a reminder, this meeting is public recorded and posted on YouTube. So today on the agenda, we're going to go over the Q1 2020 planning spreadsheet to figure out what folks are working on for this release and what the status is. If you have any PRs that need attention or designs that need review, feel free to add them to the agenda doc. The link is in the meeting invite, and if there's anything else that you want to discuss, please feel free to add it to the bottom of the agenda. We are having issues with our favorite spreadsheet. So we're going to chase that down after the meeting to figure out what happened. In the meantime, my slightly cumbersome workaround is to look at the previous meeting's recording and just have a temporary spreadsheet where we put in the current status. So please bear with me as I do that. So first item that we have is the CSI online offline volume resizing. Hemant, do you want to give a status update on that?
I'll be updating I have a PR open, and David had some comments, so I'm going to update that PR by today end of day. I'm working on PR for read write multi resizable that I should have in by Wednesday or something, but Wednesday. But both of these fixes are bug fixes, don't require any feature gates, and I'm yet to schedule a call for deciding the recovery from resize failure meeting. That I'll do it sometime next week, I think.
Okay, sounds good. Cool, thank you, Hemant. Next item is the Csi Storage Proxy. Do we have KK or somebody on the line who's able to give an update on that?
Yep. So East Mount Point file system API has been merged, and there is one disk API which we need for GCPD, for which the PR has been raised. So we are working through those PRs towards completion.
Cool, and everything seems on track?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Next item is snapshot fix issues.
So the list snapshot secret PR is merged. There's also a printer column PR got merged. Create snapshot timeout issue is only partially fixed, so I'm looking at another fix for that.
Okay, so sounds like 2 PRs merged, 1 in progress.
Yeah.
Everything seems on track?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you very much, Shing. Next item, number 6, is non-recursive volume ownership.
Yeah, so I have a PR open. It has API change and the implementation. Michelle has reviewed it, Jan has reviewed it, and I have addressed all the comments, but it needs a review from API. Someone from API, like Tim or something. I pinged Jordan. Jordan is busy. Maybe Tim has to review or something.
Okay. Cool. Sounds promising. Next item is Linux recursive permission handling.
No update.
Okay. And then number 8 is going to be skipped over. Number 9 is file permission handling for Windows. And I imagine this is also no update. We have whose name on that for Windows? Deep. Okay, let's keep moving. Number 10 is CSI inline read-only handling. And I think this was Assigned to Chris. Chris is not on the line, so we're going to go ahead and skip over that. Number 11 is the CSI driver GA, CSI driver object GA. And any updates on that, Christian?
Yes, I'm getting a fair number of test failures after I attempt to update all of the files that use volume lifecycle mode. I've rolled back that commit and I'm trying to get the test to pass just with the API changes and the updated files. If those pass, then I'll reintroduce all of the changes and then go through the test failures one by one.
Okay.
But it's still in progress.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Christian. And does it seem on track for code freeze?
Tentatively, yes, but considering there are a large number of changes and it is an API change as well, I hope so, but I'm not certain.
Okay, sounds good. Next item, number 12, is improve CSI metrics. That was done. Number 13 is issues related to assuming volumes or mount points. And we don't have an assignee for that. So if anybody wants to volunteer on a bug, let us know. We can put you on that. Next item is volume snapshot namespace transfer, number 14.
Yeah, I posted a cap for that last week.
Okay.
The week before. I've been trying to track down John Griffith to take a look, but of course, if others want to take a look as well, that'd be great.
Got it. Okay, so if anyone else on the call is interested, please help review that. Right, next item is CSI Volume Health.
So there's a CSI PR that is being reviewed. So Saad, if you can go ahead and review that, that'd be great.
Okay.
There's a Alpha API PR that is actually from James. The Volume Health PR has a dependency on that one. Also, we got repos created under Kubernetes CSI for the monitoring control and agent.
Ooh, sounds like good progress. Thank you, Shane. Next item, number 16, is storage pools, storage capacity tracking. Design for that. And it looks like we have Patrick on that. Anyone have a status update on that? Okay, we're going to mark that as no update. And keep moving. Number 17 is 14, 15, 16, 17 volume group API. And any updates on that?
So there is a cap out review that got some review comments. I think we need more reviews.
Okay.
What cap is that, Jing?
Volume group cap. Did I Oh, okay. I think I added this one in the original spreadsheet.
Oh, okay,
There is a
okay,
link to that.
Okay, next item is number 18. We are 17, 18. Generic populator data source.
Yeah, this one, all the code is done except for my unit tests, and the PR will be up today. I'll be looking for reviews. It's a very small change. The tests will probably be by far the largest part of it.
Cool.
And so I just wanted to mention, I looked at this spreadsheet like 2 or 3 days ago, and like half the rows were missing.
Yeah, I think the mistake that we made was give everybody write access to it in SIG Storage, which was a bad idea. We've had issues of people moving around roads and things like that, and you have to undo it. So I'm going to hunt down the owner of the spreadsheet and see if they still have access to it, and then get things reverted and fixed, and then probably remove permission for generic storage SIG and just give it to the leads.
I thought maybe it got vandalized and someone locked it down to prevent more vandalization or something.
Not that I'm aware of,
Okay.
but we'll see what happened. We'll follow up offline.
Hey, are you working on a design doc for the populator? I thought you said you will be writing up something.
I'm focused on the 118 stuff, which is just the feature gate. And then for 119, there will be a design doc for actual data populators as part of moving to beta.
Okay.
All right, number 19. CSI out of tree NFS, iSCSI, and fiber channel. CSI driver, iSCSI. Actually, that one should be NFS. Okay, anybody working on these or have status updates on them? Michelle, do you know if we were able to find folks to own these?
Oh, yes. So I got 2 volunteers for the NFS driver and 2 for the iSCSI drivers. A couple of PRs were put out to update GoMod and import our release tools infrastructure. I need to follow up. I need to follow up with the I need to follow up to look at the next steps.
Okay.
On actually getting out builds.
Cool. That's great progress. So we started off the quarter thinking we were going to deprecate these, and we got owners, so they're not going to be deprecated, and progress is being made. So I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Michelle. Next item is number 23, deprecation of the external storage repo. Do we have Matt Wong on the line by any chance? Okay, we'll mark that as no update and keep moving along. Number 24 is Rob Lock to GA.
All the issues has been solved except for one, and I am fixing that, and apart from that, it is ready for GA.
Awesome. Thank you, Jan. Looks like good progress on getting Rob Block to GA. Next item is CSI migration next steps. Anyone have updates on that in this group? David, Chang, or Deep? I don't think any of them are on the line.
Yeah, so I think the main goal for this release is to try to get the other clouds and moving towards a beta. I believe so. OpenStack, I think, has CI running in things. I'm not sure if they're ready to move to beta this release. We will need to follow up with them. I forgot if is Aaron on the line? I think Aaron volunteered to be an OpenStack spokesperson. Anyway, yeah, I think OpenStack has CI running. We need to follow up with them to see if they're actually ready to go to beta. I think Azure, Andy said that he wanted to stay in alpha because Azure requires Windows for migration since they're already currently working with Windows. So he said he was going to start helping with the CSI Windows effort there. And then I think, Xing, you had some updates on vSphere.
Yeah, so so not for this release, but for the next release, we are going to go beta. But then when we read the requirement, it requires public CI. So we still need to sort that out, because if we can't set up a public CI, we can't really go beta, right? Then that means that even in 1.19 will still be alpha. That's kind of late, isn't it? So do you have some like requirements? Because eventually in 1.21, it will be, the entry drivers will be removed, right? I remember you said something like 2 releases. So let's say if 1.19 was still alpha, is that enough? And then that means that 1.20 beta. Well, I think we definitely will get the code ready for beta in 1.90, but I think the public CI right now is the one that we need to figure out what to do.
Sure. Yeah, I think, I mean, for the most part, I think let's just, focus on just first getting an implementation out and getting the testing for it. We can figure out, where that's going to actually land reasonably, before we actually flip it on and remove all the code.
Okay. All right. And also, so all of those CSI migrations for all the other cloud providers, do they also try to migrate the volumes already created by the old driver to?
Yes.
Okay, so those are part of that CSI migration.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that part is the challenging one. Yeah. Okay. Because we have different APIs. The old.
Yeah, I think vSphere is an especially difficult case for migration because the format is different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we understand that it might take a little more time.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the updates, and hopefully we'll make good progress on that in the future. Next item is Object Storage API.
Hey, Saad, this is John Cope. We have the offline version of the KEP pretty much completely retooled. We're working through some minor nits, and we will have it ready for review. Or rather, we'll push it up to the KEP branch PR by close of business.
All right, cool. Thank you very much for the update. Keep an eye out for that. Next item is the items that we're working on with SIG apps. The first one is volume expansion for stateful sets.
So the last update for that was SIGAPS is interested in reviewing, but somebody needs to own the KEP and move forward since there's no activity on the kip. And in by the time 1.18 goes out, I can take it up in 1.18 if nobody has volunteered.
And that's KK?
Yeah, like after the deadline of 1.18, I'll start looking at it.
Okay, that would be perfect. So maybe what we can do is track it as a 1.19 item.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm going to see if I could get the bottom of the spreadsheet here. Let's see. There we go. All right. So after that, we have SIG apps, PVC stateful set will not be auto removed. By stateful set will not be auto removed. Anyone have a status update on that?
I have not heard from Dave yet. I need to check with him.
Okay. And then last item we have is the execution hook for application snapshot.
So I have a new design, which has the hook inside the container. We reviewed it in the data protection work group meeting yesterday, got some feedback. So I will address that and then get that reviewed again.
Reviewed by data protection. Okay, cool. Thank you for putting up with that, Shing, and anybody else in the SIG who's interested in this area, please take a look at that and provide feedback. All right. Well, thank you all for putting up with the weird hack for getting through our spreadsheet today.
Maybe there is one extra feature that is not correct, and that's CSI cloning.
Sorry, which one was that, Jan? Say it again.
CSI cloning.
CSI cloning. Did I miss that, or?
No, it wasn't in the original spreadsheet.
Okay.
But it looks like it's going to be GA in this release. There are a couple of unit tests open, end-to-end tests PR open, but it looks like on a good track.
Okay. Awesome. Glad to hear. And was the enhancement issue set properly for that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you, Jan, for that update. And then let's go back to the agenda doc. Doesn't look like there's anything anybody has. Is there anything anybody on the line wants to discuss before we end the call? Okay. So I wanted to point out that we have officially updated the SIG governance, and Michelle and Jan are now the tech leads, and Shing and I are co-chairs, and Shing and I are going to take turns running this meeting. So the next one is going to be run by Shing, and then we'll alternate back and forth. That way we can kind of distribute the load a little bit. So I wanted to thank all three of them for volunteering and helping out here, and please feel free to reach out to them offline to thank them as well. And if there's nothing else, then we'll call it for today, and we'll reconvene in 2 weeks.
I just had a quick question on the Object API stuff.
Sure.
I'd been watching for a meeting invite to go out on that for kind of discussion of the PR, but I must have missed it somehow. Was that on the mailing list and I missed it? Or
I don't think there's been a wide discussion yet. John,
okay.
Jeff, what? John, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, Saad, I'm sorry, I was distracted for a second. Could you repeat that for me, please?
Kind of follow-up meeting on object storage for the SIG to discuss what the proposal is.
Yeah, I will. I'll schedule one probably next week. I'm on PTO Friday all day, so
Okay.
I won't be here for it.
Sounds
Yeah, but
good.
next week, the sooner the better.
Cool. I'll be looking out for it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, anything else? All right, going once, going twice. Sold. All right, everybody have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.